grave digger. Money over my install. Here lies young getting paid for. Never take a loss on my install. Only take a when I'm dead. I be gang 3 times on my install. Been from the cradle to the grave. Now your favorite rapper.
From a city that's played host to 10 Super Bowls, here's a look inside the Mercedes-Benz Superdome in New Orleans. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Oakland Raiders and the New Orleans Saints. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
They'll toss it to Ajayi. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
That's good, man.
How?
Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get
Hey, Skylar. Hello. Why are you playing DC Universe? What are you doing?
Creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Now a toss play. It's Ajayi.
What'd you say?
Ajayi, a first down and more.
Why not Chills?
34.
Told me repeatedly, it's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now they'll run it on the toss. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. He's going to get it running right. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jay Ajayi, his 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Raiders have taken the early lead. Final week of the year, an absolute must-win game for them, so they needed to get on the board first. They were able to do just that.
And you laid out the stakes. So just think what they've been working with this entire build-up towards this game. Must win. You've got to get on the board first. They accomplished that. Now they can't have any type of a letdown. Long way to go in this one.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. That'll go as a loss of 5. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Back to throw here.
You crazy,
heavy
boy.
Traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And the magnitude of this game, everybody knows it. The fans, obviously the players and coaches. There's just with them a palpable buzz right now. They know they control their own destiny.
Win, and you're in. And I think every player wants that. I think every coach wants that.
You gotta block that, nigga.
Organization yet that wants to be in a game where they have to rely on other teams to get them to their goals. In this situation, it's very cut and dry. Win, and you're in the playoffs. That's their mission. That's their challenge. And you know they've chosen to accept it.
And what they told us is this has been the most focused week of practice we've had all year. You wouldn't expect any different.
Yeah, and you know, at the beginning of the season, you had multiple goals. They just have one now. Win the game.
13 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Now it's a giant. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. He lost 2, and it brings up 4th.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. This would have been a 54-yard boot had they tried a field goal, but they will not try a field goal. They're going for it. They run for it with a giant. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A big pickup of 12 yards on 4th down to keep this drive from stalling. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front.
Write this nigga a message. No. Like hope I don't catch no fucking penalty. I don't wanna follow that nigga. Alright, well fuck it then, dog.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Ajayi escapes him, and they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They'll try to run with Ajayi. And he's over the line and in for a Raider touchdown. Jay Ajayi, his 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Raiders add on to their lead. is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Oh, nice spin.
Oh, that brought back bad memories.
Come here.
And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
He takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Nothing open downfield. He had to get that one out in a hurry because he just knew he was about to take a big shot. Probably couldn't get his legs into the throw. Became an all-arm throw trying to check it down to his running back. Incomplete.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Now a handoff. Here's Kamara.
Good run.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Come on, y'all. See it? Come on, boy.
Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. He finds an opening past the 40, and he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. That good for 19 and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Back to throw now on first down.
Come here, man.
This time for Smith,
Fuck
and it's
this nigga
intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jalen Smith.
Give me
those. He'll take it
those.
across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. He has been interception prone here in his rookie season. How patient can they be with him?
That is the key question, isn't it? A lot of it depends on the head coach, what type of defense you have, and just a general understanding of the makeup of him. But the bottom line is you posed a great question.
I should have kept running.
They've run out of patience, and now they get to demand production, or do you continue to stay with him this way?
A big hitter there, a first down gain of 26 yards.
Same play, homie. Block them niggas, B.
Right back to him on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but...
Alright, this little nigga's super annoying, man. Not fucking with you, dog.
4. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
What we got going? Word. Yeah. You see him. Come on.
This is a Ajayi. Down right around the 25. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
Right. 29. Come on.
On play action, it's Carr. Letting one go deep for the...
Gave it to him!
Picked up by Marcus Williams. And not much on the return there. He'll take it only up to the 9-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Watch him now, Barney! Gun!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive.
That should be a fucking fumble or something,
hit,
man.
but they'll say it's incomplete.
Let me fuck that nigga up like that. You might as well let me have it.
Confidence, haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
No. Check. Patriot.
Now a pitch out to Camaro.
Man. Too predictable.
Showed a good move, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
They'll drop to throw.
Oh, man.
That is incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play.
You gotta take those from that. That's a bullshit-ass throw, kid. You gotta fucking take that.
But what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a fourth down decision.
Here's Morstead now as he sends this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. Oh, I nearly broke that one. As it stands, though, a heck of a 36-yard run back. And the Raiders will have a short field to work with as they take over. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. And he'll be taken down at the 34. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And shedding through the tackle. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. And a stoppage here, a timeout before this third down play takes place. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Down. 280. Deuce right. Hey, Raider 2.
Throwing his car on third down. He's going to air one out. And
thanks,
caught
bro.
by Thomas for an Oakland touchdown. Michael Thomas as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And they're able to up the lead by one more.
Yo. Hey. Go grab me the other beer in the fridge. Thank you.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
He's going to start dancing,
the Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Detroit!
They'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep.
That nigga crazy.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 29. And he'll actually lose 6 yards on the return, but I don't think they care. They've got the football back.
I think they lose 6 yards on the return, but they don't give a fuck.
We send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
That nigga, B.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Saints now. They'll go on offense first here to begin the third quarter. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no? You just throw it out the window?
Look at that monster stack, y'all.
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Get the fuck out of that bullshit. Splits.
Now he'll look to
over the top, B.
2nd and 10.
Oh, nice fucking pass.
And he's free going down the left side.
Nice fucking pass.
Touchdown.
Nice fucking pass. Come on, Conley.
Smith,
shit.
his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Saints get a bit closer. That's the score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly.
What's up, white boy? Coming right at you.
What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's
Bye,
going
white
to
boy.
go on, I think you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another
Pick the next white boy.
Here.
Still third quarter,
right
you just
that
get
white
that
boy.
feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Bully that white boy. What's up, white boy? Where you at? Come over here, white boy. Trying to truck you on this side. With your white ass. Let's go. Where the white boy at?
Again with a Giants. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage.
Give me the white boy.
Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1.
There he is. Run his ass over this time.
Here's a Giant.
Damn.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
I apologize in advance, partner, but the beefeaters on the interior of this D-line, you just know they were licking their chops on 3rd and short. And yes, they were rewarded with a tasty dish, stuffing that one short of a first down.
Well, we got beefeaters licking their chops and tasty dish in one fell swoop.
I did apologize in advance, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. That line's not eating tofu. I'll tell you that much for free. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run with Ajayi. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Now they'll run it on the toss. And some room to work.
Ah-dee-da-dee-da. Cash.
Oakland.
Fuck them up, B. Let's go.
39 yards. And the Raiders add on to their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
That's fielded in the end zone.
Yo!
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Saints offense, they get ready to go back to work here. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter. Went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up. And that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Still shedding tackles. And they get it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A big chunk on the ground there, 27 yards.
Got odd. I ain't got oddness. All right. Gotta put that in there. It's fine. This will work.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory, right at the 40. They run it again with Kamara. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
Toss play, Kamara. Sheds off the tackle, and he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And a nice carry there of 15 yards.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
So after the run by Kamara, now another 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it with an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A big hitter there. A 1st down gain of 26 yards. They'll run it with Kamara. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Saints make some inroads here to that deficit. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive, and how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
Tighten the defense up here in the second.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. Jay's going to go. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Jay with touchdown number 20 on the year, and the Raiders add 6 to their lead. And that rushing touchdown, his 4th, puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it, but he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
beat this nigga worse than the Broncos.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Going, nigga.
And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
They begin on the ground with Kamara.
Damn.
Finding room at the 30. And he finally is out of bounds, but he's down inside the 20-yard line. A big play there out of Kamara. 65 yards on the ground.
Fast bastard.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Look at this monster stack bullshit again, y'all.
The busy night continues for Kamara. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
That's crazy.
Just inside the 10. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They get 6 yards going for it on 4th, and now it's 1st and goal. On the ground, this is Kamara. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, giving him 12 on the season. And the Saints get a bit closer. Zerline now for the PAT. Zerline connects on the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off.
Shit the whole fucking game.
This will be taken to the back of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football.
It's okay, fellas. We was down. Back at it.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Shift. No shift. Okay. Shift. No shift. Okay.
They'll begin the drive with a jag.
You got to pick that up, homeboy.
Yardage here, going down back at the 28.
Same play.
But now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's go.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Ajayi. Space to maneuver at the 40. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And they'll run it here. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and the big yardage.
And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Marcus
I want to force that nigga to rock so bad.
Shop at their own 41-yard line.
It hasn't worked 2 times in a row now.
2-score game here in the 4th, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it and trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and end up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Flushed out right. And, boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
We just saw another example of really good defensive football, which has led to the cushion that they have in this game. Got to him once again, knocked him on the ground, forced an incompletion.
Yeah, they've set the tone. It's one thing to set the tone, another to come in here on the road and set the tone. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th. Well, look at the clock. You're down 2 scores. Have to go for this, don't you?
And they thought that as soon as they took over possession. It didn't matter where they were on the field. They were always going to be in 4-down territory. Backed up, in good situation, it didn't matter. So they've been preparing for that on their play sheet the entire time.
The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. But they can thank their defense for another stop. And now, look at the score, where they've got the football. They're looking pretty good.
They're looking excellent because now you're thinking to yourself, let's just take some time off the clock. Work it down, and of course, you put another touchdown on the board, you pretty much say bye-bye to this one.
Play calling here can be a little bit more conservative because of the lead.
A little bit more conservative. The biggest thing, everyone understands how to get the ball downfield and how to stay in bounds and make sure the clock keeps running.
It's wasting no fucking time. That shit's annoying.
Now they'll run it on the toss. A beautiful fake. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
There's the shift. Look, I'm about to flip it. I'm going to shift again. Look, I'm going to flip it back.
Right back to him on 1st down. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now, I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. It was Reggie Ragland who got him down. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and work.
Ajayi hit. He lost
Damn, Ajayi, you little bitch.
They have it, and they do.
Well, I'm guessing that on the sidelines there might be a few words said about that mistake there, but I don't think it's going to hurt them in the long run. They're still going to get out here with a win.
Yeah, they got the two-score cushion, but you know what coaches say, Charles? Finish strong.
Finish the game out the way it's supposed to be played. In fact, coaches might be secretly happy because of a chance to do a little extra coaching next week.
They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Again, it's Kamara. Kamara's got the first down and then some. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. A give. This is Kamara. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
They'll set up a throw. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Thomas, the intended target. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And, oh, he spins past him and into space. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. Well, I know at points in this one you wanted to close your eye.
He didn't try to win at all. It's a complete waste of my